don't be complacent. Okay, don't be complacent, because if they get in, they will repeal your tax cuts. They will put judges in that you wouldn't believe. They'll take away your Second Amendment, which we will never allow to happen. They'll take away your Second Amendment.
All right, to many, it sounded like a campaign rally. Today, President Trump addressing a crowd of his most ardent supporters at the annual Conservative Political Action Conference in Maryland, also known as CPAC.
The president also used his speech to tout his plan to stop mass shootings like the tragedy here in South Florida. CBS 4's Mola Lenghi is at the White House with more. Mola.
Well, good afternoon, guys. You know, after that CPAC conference, the president came back to the White House where he met with Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. We heard from both of them in a press conference today. They covered quite a bit of ground as the two leaders touted a strategic relationship and a long friendship between the two nations. President Trump and the First Lady welcomed Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull to the White House Friday. Turnbull's visit comes more than a week after the deadly Valentine's Day shooting that killed 17 people in Parkland, Florida.
We send our love, our prayers and our condolences to all of the victims and their families.
In recent days, Mr. Trump has floated the idea of stronger background checks and arming some teachers with guns to prevent more school shootings.
And we're going to take action. I think it's going to make it safer.
Australia passed the National Firearms Agreement banning certain semi-automatic and self-loading guns after a lone gunman killed 35 people in 1996. The Australian government initiated a buyback program confiscating more than 600,000 banned guns.
Our history with gun control and regulation is obviously very different.
The Trump administration also announced tough new sanctions against North Korea, targeting 56 trading and shipping companies in an attempt to further isolate the communist regime. Turnbull supports the decision.
I want to welcome and, of course, support, Mr. President, the new sanctions that have been announced today.
Mr. Trump also praised Australia for its merit-based immigration policy, saying he'd like to replicate the policy here in the U.S. Also today, President Trump said he'll leave any decision about Jared Kushner's security clearance to Chief of Staff John Kelly. As we know, Kushner is still one of several West Wing staffers without a permanent security clearance. That's despite having access to sensitive information. Rick Rudabay.
Mola, we want to ask you about what went down at the White House a little bit later. After that press conference with the Australian Prime Minister, there was a lockdown because of some security breach. What can you tell us?
Well, Rick, the Secret Service says a woman drove her van into a security barrier. It's one of several security checkpoints on the perimeter of the White House grounds. She drove that van into the barrier. The barrier did its job and stopped the van. Secret Service then arrested the woman. No injuries were reported. All in all, took about an hour in terms of the incident. The White House was on lockdown during that time. We're told the woman is known to the Secret Service. She's had various run-ins and arrests over the last year, but certainly nothing to this extent.
And Mola, do you know where the president was at the time, and do we have any reaction from him tonight?
Well, the president was finishing up that meeting with Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. They were both still in the West Wing, and they were finishing that meeting up. In fact, as soon as the lockdown was wrapped up, Prime Minister Turnbull jumped in his limousine and left. But we did hear some reaction from the president. A few hours after the incident, he tweeted, "Thank you to the men and women of the Secret Service for a job well done."
Mola Lenghi live tonight at the White House. Mola, thanks very much.